Hey Rachel.
Oh hi Loryn. It's weird that you're here.
I have a question for you and I'd really like to hear your opinion on it.
Okay, go ahead.
So, what do you think about species of animals going extinct?
What do you mean?
Like, do you think it's best to save all endangered species no matter what and do everything we can to help them? Or do you think it's better to think of humans first and do whatever possible for the human race, even if that means letting a few species to become extinct?
That's an interesting question. I would think that the human race is more important than certain species and that it does not really matter in the long run if a few small animals go extinct.
Well, I was actually thinking that it would be more beneficial to try and save all endangered species.
Why do you think that?
I think this because an ecosystem interconnects, and if one species is lost within that web, then the whole thing will be off balance.
I don't really understand what you were saying.
Take the beaver for example. It is a keystone species. This means that beavers not only help themselves but also create other habitats for others. Beavers create dams, blocking the stream from flowing, creating a new habitat for many different organisms like fish. The fish then are there to provide food for predators including humans. If the beaver were to go extinct, then this would not only affect the fish because the new habitat was not created, but it would also affect the humans because their source of food would no longer exist. The beaver's dams also help maintain wetlands, prevent erosion, and create ecosystems that break down toxins, which also can be beneficial to humans.
Okay, I understand that now, but is it really worth comparing a human's life to an animal's life?
What do you mean?
I am just saying that with a population growing like it is today, is it worth giving humans a place to live or save a species?
I see what you're saying, but in the long run, if you were to destroy a habitat with an endangered species, that could throw off the whole human race.
But that will happen in the long run. What about now? The population is growing right now. For example, in places like India or China, where the population is exponentially growing, people need to create more space for the surplus of humans. If there were an endangered species on a specific area of land where development of houses were to go up, are you saying that you would rather save that species than give people homes to live in?
Yes, I'm saying that because all species matter. Not only animal species but plant species. Every day scientists are finding new plant species that are valuable for medicinal purposes, so if areas of land are being destroyed for human development, this could ruin the possibilities to find new plants for medicine. Also, there are many diseases in populated areas that did not exist until rainforests were being cut down. These diseases can infect and kill humans. So why don't humans leave the rainforests alone? There is plenty of space for everyone.
People in developing countries need food and fuel that they can only get by cutting down trees. They need to clear land for agriculture and use the wood for cooking and heating.
I understand that people need to eat, but there is already enough food being grown and raised throughout the world to feed everyone. I read that 40% of the food gets thrown out. If governments could figure out a way that the wasted food could go to those who need it, then there would not be a need to cut down parts of the rainforest for agriculture. This will help save some of the species necessary to balance the ecosystem.
But, in the future, we are not only going to need the land for housing people but to use it for alternative energy sources, and what if that gets in the way of an endangered species? Especially because alternative energies require a specific area for construction. Hydroelectric power comes from building large dams and provides large populations of people with electricity. So what does it matter if a few fish can't travel up or downstream? It is what people need that really counts.
Well, that's what they thought back when the government filled in all the wetlands in Florida to make more land for people to live, but as we saw with Hurricane Katrina and others, what the environmentalists are finding with hurricanes, the wetlands actually help protect the cities from flooding from all the rain from the hurricane. Environmentalists are actually trying to restore the wetland ecosystems in Florida so people's homes don't get damaged.
The government is just wasting their money rebuilding the wetlands because in today's society people can build bigger and stronger houses to protect them from the hurricanes and other natural disasters.
I see that you feel very strongly about preserving human rights and that every person should have the right to live their own life and prosper any way they can.
Yes, Let's just agree to disagree then. Well, I have to run. Talk to you later.
Nice talking to you. Goodbye.